Hello folks, thanks for tuning in and welcome back again. I have another knife to share with y'all for those that are perhaps interested in smaller EDC type fixed blades. This is a new knife, new arrival to my inventory. It's not one that I did with my EDC lineup. I didn't have it at the time, but I want to share it now. It's a real beauty, so like usual I'll talk about the blade itself, and then I'll do a write-up within the description section. But this is the knife here, and what you're looking at here is a Mini Kephart by Bark River. This is the sheath that it comes in, pretty trimmed down, nothing fancy about it. It has a belt loop in the back, so you can see right there, and some grommet holes. Functional, and for a knife like this, I really wouldn't do anything to this sheath other than perhaps do a water treatment to it. So let's talk about the knife. It's a real beauty, and I wanted to share it with y'all, and here it is. And as you can see, this knife is pretty loaded up. Mosaic pins, it has red liners, and dark curly maple is the wood that you're looking at. Now, as far as numbers, for those that are interested in specs, you're looking at 7.5 inches overall, or 19 centimeters. The blade itself is coming in at 3.7 inches, or 9.3 centimeters. And this knife has a pretty thin stock on it. It's coming in at 0.093, or 2.3 millimeters. And as far as the weight, it's advertised as weighing 2.8 ounces or 80 grams. Now, I weighed this particular knife. It was just a little bit lighter, 2.7 ounces or 76 grams. I suspect because of the wood. If it was G10 or perhaps micarta, might be a few grams heavier. CPM 3V on the blade steel, if you can make that out, and there you go. Convex grind. I didn't do anything to this knife. I just cleaned it up, took it out of the box, cleaned it up, and I'm showing it to you now. And if you notice, the point is centered on the blade, and that's something that some folks prefer. And give you a shot of the scales there. Once again, this is dark curly maple, Mosaic pins, has a lanyard tube in the back. I don't think this is necessary. Most people would run this knife without a lanyard, it's so small. And it has red liners. Now, some of these pins, particularly the front one here, was left on the belt a little bit too long, and if you notice, it lacks definition, whereas the rear one is more defined. So that's a little bit of a ding, I'll say. And under here, the wood doesn't perfectly meet up with the knife, the stock of the knife, right in this ricasso area, or the self-guard. And I can get my nail in there, so that should have been rounded off a little bit more, a little bit of a quality control issue, or the person that was working on it should have spent a little bit more time on it. So two small things that I noticed. Actually, there's one other right up here by my pinky. You can see there's some tool marks right there, if you can make that out, and it's rough. So that should have been refined as well. But other than that, the knife is very nice. I'm keeping it nonetheless. I actually picked up a second one because Miss Outfitter wanted this knife and I wanted to keep this one, so I got her one in micarta that she could carry with her when we do some hiking trips. But it's a beautiful knife. It's lightweight. As you can see, it's a standard Kephart design on the handle. It's straight. almost like a broomstick. Comfortable, no issues. The wood feels good, especially in cold weather. I prefer that when I'm hunting as opposed to colder material. As far as what this knife's comparable to, I would say the featherweight Fox River. That would be a competitor to this knife here. Another one might be the ultralight Bushcrafter, which is very similar. Another lightweight EDC small compact knife. This knife would excel at small carving tasks, food prep, small chores around the camp. It certainly has a large enough blade that's usable, and it would be a very good slicer given that it has a thin stock, and that point would come in handy for perhaps piercing, breaking down small animals and things like that. But I wanted to take a little bit of time to share this newcomer here. Once again, it's a Mini Kephart by Bark River. This one's pretty loaded up with dark curly maple, mosaic pins, and red liners. And I'll give you one more shot right there. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and see you all next time.